This thing, unfortunately, needs a rebuild. So the first thing I did was I bought a new box of Ziploc bags, or I guess Glad bags in this case. I got my red Sharpie right here, and I'm going to label where all the bolts go. And thank goodness, by the way, I'm just going to mention this before I go to the next part of the clip. The intake manifold hardware, nuts and bolts, between the 1ZZ and the 2ZZ are interchangeable, for the most part, I think. To where the intake manifold actually bolts onto the cylinder head. Yeah, it's a pretty thin, like this part right here, from here to here, it's pretty thin, so I think it'll all line up nicely. And I do not know what happens on the hard. I got all the nuts and bolts in there, so I'm just gonna take these off, label them intake manifold, especially this one down here. You can't see it out of frame. This one down here for the intake manifold. Put that in all in a Ziploc bag, ignition coils in a Ziploc bag, valve cover. You get the point. Everything is going into a little baggie because I will not remember where any of it goes. The plan for today was to at least get everything off enough to get the timing cover off, and I still need to drain the oil out of the pan, which I have a creative way of doing that. I can't get the idler pulley bolt off. I need a deep 17mm. My shallow 17mm isn't doing anything. I do have a shallow 17, but it's a 3/8, so I needed a little adapter, and that's not helping. So I'm sure something was obviously leaking from this. I need to power wash this entire timing cover. So for now, I'm going to invest in a different socket, which I do have to get some stuff from whatever other, I guess, Ace Hardware I could visit. See, power steering just comes off with these two 14mm, which I'm pretty sure I could just do that right now on camera, if anything. And it's gonna rain soon, so I'm going to put this back on for now. I had to use my pry bar a little bit to get it off, but that's alright, nothing too bad. I'm just happy the pulley came off really easily. Just hit it with a 19mm and an impact, and bam, off it came. And then I have all this. I have everything in a lot of little baggies. I don't know what I call them baggies, but lots of stuff in plastic bags. So the next clip you'll see, it'll be like probably tomorrow. But this is all obviously going on YouTube, so it's gonna be 1 second for y'all, not even for me. I just had 8 minutes of footage of me just trying to get the power steering pump off and the idler pulley off, which this 17mm is still stuck on there. And right now my plan is to tip the engine over to use gravity to break it loose, because if I try to spin it this way, then the entire engine just falls over. But to tip that over, I need to empty the oil. There's about like 4 quarts of oil in this thing, and to do that, I need to put it on to the side, probably over, just lean it over here while I just empty the oil out. 14mm down there. I tried removing the timing chain tensioner, so that way whenever I do lean the engine on one of its sides, I don't damage any of the components. But the timing chain tensioner won't come out unless the idler pulley is removed. Yeah. Let's see how long it takes me to do what I think is a smart idea. Nah. I wanted to do this off the lip of the concrete here, but I don't think that's going to work. The plan is to put all the engine oil in this trash bag. Can the camera see that? Well, yes it can. This is a 14mm. I just want to hit this with the impact, honestly. And I'm not going to hit the fucking drain plug with the impact, that's stupid, but I do need more torque. So 3/8. Did I put the tool over here? I did. That's not even the right one. Dang it. That's the right one. 3/8 to 1/4 inch. 1/4 inch to 14mm. 14 millimeter. Drain plug. Fork. Now, we get this up in here. Maybe. Kind of, sort of. I know from this angle not all the oil is going to come out. That's pretty obvious to start. Just trying to collect all the oil. Maybe no oil. Oh, some. Just gonna put that right there. Gonna let that drain all the way out. Looks like honey. Can the camera see that? Yeah. I want as little as possible dripping onto the driveway. And then when I do something like this, slow and steady wins the race. Some of it's dripping onto the paveway. God dang it. Have to clean that. A lot of it dripped actually. Yeah. Just do this then, honestly. Yep, that's an oil spill that I'm gonna have to clean up. Shit. Stop. Oh my god. Oh, I just put the drain plug back on. There's too much oil here now. Ah, jeez. Really wanted to reuse this oil too, that's a funny thing. I just don't think that's happening now. I'm just gonna throw this away, honestly. I don't know if this is supposed to be recycled though. Just switch off to the side. I'm not gonna throw you away. I'm not that bad of a human. Just 1 minute to clean up my mess. This towel is meant to be a throwaway towel though. How much of a difference would it do if I hit that with brake cleaner? No. Not really anything, honestly. Whoa. I'm not gonna let this stop me. We shall continue. Just with less oil in the pan. Which will be alright. Cleaned up my mess for the most part, and that's all that matters. Now I shall carefully tip this entire thing on its side. Shot, I can lift this somewhat. Is that all it wants to go? No, I know you can go on your side even more. Just on the bracket, aren't you? You are. I know if I tip you with anything else, just gonna. I know you could go more. My fear was if I did this, how much oil would come out from anywhere at all. Like I said. Yep. Oil is leaking from the cylinder head and timing areas, so now would be the best time to have this towel here. It's a good thing I drained most of it though. I think most of it. Hope most of it. Yeah, it's all leaking onto this towel from the cylinder head. But that's good. Let it leak. Like, I'll come out. I'm gonna wash my hands. And now that it's on its side, I can use gravity toward my side. Hopefully. That's really tight on there, dude. I'm afraid to break it. Let me tighten my tool real quick. Breaker bar. That's all I really want there. I don't need to be doing any of that. Need to get good. Oh, damn. Damn, bro, that was really stuck on there. Now let me just fucking idler pulley. And the timing chain tensioner is coming with it, so I should probably tip the engine back up. Just to be safe. I'm lifting with my arms, not my back or my legs. I'm just trying to untip the bastard. This thing's heavy. Now I'm using my arms to twist it over, nice and easy. I'm shocked I could lift this, or at least rotate it on my own. It's heavy. There's my timing chain tensioner. It just came out. Does it work properly? Shouldn't it like compress? Oh wait, no, I have to hold that back up. Hold this end down with my finger. I think it works. Yeah, I think it works just fine actually. Nice. Next clip, I have no idea where I'll be. Here are all the bolts. I have them in order of like whatever order they were on the pump. These two bolts specifically are shorter. They go on the far left and like bottom right-ish. Far left and bottom right-ish. I don't know. This is just a cross-reference though. 1, 2, 3, and then these 3 line up. 1, 2, 3, and then those 3 line up. And then I believe the water pump just come off. 8 fins. Oh, was there coolant in this? I hope not. Hope there's no coolant in that. And then there's the O-ring, which doesn't seem like it's in that bad of shape. It's looking like to me that this thing had maybe some heating issues. Hope not. I hope that doesn't mean the cylinder walls are bad. There's the water pump. Oh shoot, wait a minute. Oh, it had a head gasket issue. Great. Good thing I didn't run this motor. It has a head gasket issue. That's crazy. Yeah. Let's see if I could just wiggle this off, making sure that there's no more bolts on it. Other than that, the camshaft position sensor. Ugh. It's feeling crunchy. Like the gasket's just tearing apart at the seams, dude. Very gently take the pry bar to the sides. Can I take the pry bar to the side? It's all aluminum, so I want to be careful here. It's almost like they put some sealant over here. Because one of the bolts did actually have like a little bit of BS on it. That's what I'm going to phrase that. Is there another bolt I'm missing, or is it just not coming off? It's just being stubborn, okay. Oh yeah, it's just being... Usually sounds like this would say, hey, there's another bolt somewhere. No. I don't see any other bolts, not even on the back side. It's just being stubborn, okay. Aha. Timing cover. Destroyed. I mean, okay, so oil pump looks in fine shape. I don't know why there was RTV. Is this an O-ring or is this RTV? Well, it's nothing now. It just... Was there supposed to be RTV there? I don't know. Well, do I care? Not really. Well, I'll put some sealant there. Someone obviously has been in here before. Oh my goodness. So it got RTV on some of the required spots. That's good. They knew what they were doing. Just kind of blobbed it on there, honestly. Timing chain doesn't look bad at all. Oh, that's just definitely dry. I could not have ran this motor. It needs a rebuild, 100%. I definitely would jump a tooth if not tightened. Alright, so these timing rails aren't brittle, so I'm not going to replace them, and the timing chain itself is tight. I think this just comes off. I really want to make sure there's nothing wrong in the oil pump area. So OEM oil pump, that's good. Oil pump seems fine. course, I'll probably just take the oil pump off. Let me pause the video real quick. 1 moment, please. I'll pause the video so that way I could wash my hands and then pick up my phone. So, timing chain area looks just normal for how old it is. It may have just had a blown head gasket. And timing cover, it's alright. There's all the old RTV. I don't know why there was sealant on it. Ew. Here's my cross-reference for all the bolts, just in case I forget. There were some 12mm bolts that I believe go into the obviously larger bolt holes. I believe those were the only 12mm ones. And then I'm just going to put all those bolts into the baggie and then call it a day. Let's put this on the tripod. It might rain out, but I'm under a carport and I couldn't really care. Rebuilding an engine in the rain, who would have thunk? I've already loosened these bolts. I had to put the engine on the side. I'm gonna have to put the engine on the side to get the head bolts off. If the cam cap bolts were this tight, then the head bolts are gonna be fucking tight as hell. Dude, these weren't like the most tight things in the world, but they were still tighter than I thought they'd be, so. Just gonna. You know what? Someone's gonna tell me. I'm gonna just say this now. Don't try this at home, what I'm about to do. The only reason I'm about to do this is because I already have them loosened. I don't want to sit here spinning them forever. So I'm going to make this easy on myself. Thank you, I appreciate it. You should not be impacting these off. I am simply just loosening them off with an impact. They're all loose, except for this one's not loose by hand, but whatever. Now it is. Once I get this off, I'll have to deal with the rocker arm and the lift bolt too, so. This towel on the floor is very oily. Like, I'm probably gonna have to throw it away, kind of oily. There's the longer cap bolts. I'm pretty sure all of these are torque to yield. Hate that so much. There are 16 of the smaller cap bolts, and then the ones I just removed is the larger ones. Unless they're all the same length. They shouldn't all be the same length. No, they're different. Yeah, I'm not showing it on camera, but the larger ones are like ½ an inch longer. Actually, let me just show it on camera. All of these bolts for the intake and exhaust are all the same. Here's a larger one from the intake side. It's just noticeably a little bit longer. That's why they're not interchangeable. You need 16 of the shorter ones. Monkey wrench racing also provides this information. 16 of the shorter ones per engine, and 4 of the longer ones per engine. Even though I'm not reusing those bolts, I'm still having them organized, just because it wouldn't hurt. Intake. And then, I'm pretty sure all these are already labeled. Yeah. All the cam caps are labeled already. For example, taking off this one. Oh, this is a shared piece. Ooh. It is a shared piece. Doesn't look bad at all. This is the main one. It just says intake I1 and E1 for intake and exhaust. Just gonna leave those on there. But these ones are not shared. E2 and I2. these might be interchangeable, but between like 3 and 2, for example, here, I could just have this. Ooh, these are kind of hard to pull off. What? Why are they so difficult to pull off? That one's fine. That one's fine. This one. Ah. I'm gonna have to find a spot for these. But now I definitely see this camshaft. There was, like, the oil is nice and all, don't get me wrong, but I 100% think there was a head gasket leak. The thermostat housing had a strip stud, so I think that someone was trying to do a coolant flush on this or some repair, and then they messed up, and then the engine started overheating, blew a head gasket. Don't do what I'm about to do. Semi-stupid. If you're gonna do stupid stuff, you gotta do stupid stuff correctly. Okay, come on now. Don't be like that. I'm gonna not do that anymore. I'm gonna do this instead. Nope, because my Pry Bar does not fit that, and I'm not gonna bother. That one, that one, that one. Can you come off though? Pardon me. Once again, if you're gonna do stupid stuff correctly. They do have a pry point on this, so I'm going to use that pry point. This intake cam cap, I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, I don't have any of my, no, I do have the assembly loop here, never mind, I was going to say I don't have assembly loop. So, 1 through 4, or 5 actually, 1 through 5. 5 is the furthermost one. Ooh, that's smooth. Where do I put all this? I'm just going to say screw it and put them all in a box that's over here, a little plastic to-go container that I have. And they're all labeled. I couldn't care less. And mix them up in here. Of course, don't get me wrong, organization is key, but in this case, let me get the freaking crankshaft or the camshafts out. There we go. And then this should simply lift out. Ooh, this is not as heavy as I thought it would be, and the gears are sharp. Careful with working with this stuff. I'm just leaving everything to rest in the valve cover and timing covers for now. Why don't I just leave timing chain sprockets can go into the timing cover, no problem. And then, ow, 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 ow. Camshafts can go into the valve cover for now that I have off camera. Those are sharp. Those are really sharp. And then there's the freaking head bolts. And this should be the optimal time to get the lift bolts out as well. Let me just get the camera a nice shot of the rocker arms, I believe. So, intake side, exhaust side, front of the engine, back of the engine. As far as I'm aware, everything up here looks fine. It might have just had like a very small head gasket leak and then they just junked the car immediately. So these head bolts, let me get the tool. 10mm, double hex, not a triple square, double hex. To go. Yep. Oily. I have to return this tool eventually because this cost $25. This tool from Amazon, or like 20 something, 30 something from Monkey Wrench Racing. I didn't have time to wait for that though. I need to get the only thing stopping me right now is just the 10 head bolts, but I can't impact them off, and I probably have to put the motor on the side again. But the one thing I want to do right now is lift bolts. Let me do the lift bolts. Lift bolts are just these two 10mm here. Two 10mm bolts. I already have new ones. I obviously am not going to put them in there right now. Gotta be careful not to drop this into the cylinder head because I don't want to lose them. Exhaust one is alright, I guess. Maybe not really. I'll just put that over on the floor because I don't really care. I already loosened these. This one's the broken one. I already know that because I already loosened these in a previous video. Yeah, it's broken. Drilling in a magnet will not help me from this range, so I'm going to, I think, have to hammer the rocker arm out from this side with an extension. I think that's what I have to do. I don't know what size extension. All I know is extension, hammer it out. Grab this one, isn't it? I hope it's a 1/2 inch. So I don't think. Yep, 1/2 inch. I think this is a smart idea. You know what? I don't want to break anything. Let me double check that this is a smart idea. Alright, I want to try something before I hammer that out. Apparently this one just... Huh. Okay. Apparently the exhaust side just pushes out. I can't push it out. That's not happening. It's supposed to be that easy to where those just push out, but I guess not. I'm not even trying to get that one out. Wait, what is this? No, I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, it does just push out easily. Ha! Yeah, but I don't want to. Gotta make sure. How do I know if it's in the right spot or not? I'm gonna assume with how the burn marks are in the holes. This towel is really, really oily. I keep on slipping on it. So yeah, exhaust side just pushes out. How do I know if it's in the right? I don't care. Intake side, not gonna push out. I need the hammer. Hammer time. Rotate the engine just a little bit so I get some more clearance here. I'm gonna be careful with this here. It's kind of moving. Moved a little bit, not enough though. Not moving at all, honestly. Ow! Ow, that hurt. I got to move like a millimeter or two. Is it moving at all? Not even. The guy used an air hammer. I don't have an air hammer. I'm not gonna get one either. I'm just gonna have to hope and pray with this. Ew. This thing is... extension's gross, dude. Let me get the longer extension. Is it stuck on something? Is it even... because like, I do that with the exhaust side. Rocker arm just comes out just like that. I wish I gave y'all a good camera angle there. I can't move that by hand, but if I move it by a tool, does this rotate? Not easily. And I need to make sure I align the rocker arm with the lift bolt. Yeah, that does rotate. Need to make sure that's at least facing upward. So I can at least get the lift bolts in there whenever I need to. You know? Jeez, I hate this already. Rotate it that way, so that way. Oh, shoot. I want you to be perfect. I want you to be perfectly circular, perfectly at the top as much as humanly possible. Perfect. I don't need to touch that ever again. This one. It's fucking stuck on there, dude. How do I get the... Oh, did I move it? I moved it like a little bit. Anything? The guy using their hammer. I'm not using anything besides a regular hammer and extension. Damn. I'm gonna be back whenever that's actually out. Someone's gonna call me very stupid for how I'm doing this. I'm not working with an engine stand. Engine is on its side. That's how I'm loosening the head bolts. The third bolt didn't want to get loose, so I used this really long pipe for torque. And the moment I got it to its breaking point, it made a really loud snap. And I was so afraid like I just fucking broke it. Thank goodness it loosened, but that was scary as fuck. I didn't want to show loosening the head bolts on camera because this is taking a really long time just for these head bolts because of how I'm working with this. Yeah, I know, I wish I had an engine stand, but I don't think it would help much. These are just really fucking tight. I'm gonna do the next one on camera, and okay, first off, let's see how I don't strip it because I almost stripped this head bolt. Let me get the tool in there. Where is it? There's the head bolt. Get the tool in there. Make sure it's bottomed out as much as possible so I don't strip it. Put the socket on there. And then let's just hear the very scary sound of loosening a head bolt. That's terrifying, man. That's freaking scary as hell. Oh my god, that's... Hey, at least the pipe is working. I'm gonna use this. Make sure everything is bottomed out. Wow. That's really tight. See? That's fucking scary. And this is the way I'm doing it, because I have no other way of doing this. So, trash talk me in the comments all you want. This is how I'm loosening my head bolts. See? I can't move it. I don't even know how I got the first two without the pipe. That's some scary shit. That's scary. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Because one wrong move and this entire engine is just gone, dude. Yep, the head bolt's loose. I'm so glad head bolts are really fucking strong, but I don't know how I'm going to torque down the new head gasket whenever I get one in there. This is some scary shit right here. Don't do that. That's scary. I thought the head bolts on the Del Sol were scary, dude. This was terrifying. especially since I'm not working with an engine stand. Engine's not mounted onto anything, it's on the floor. I wanted to get the cylinder head off before I drained the oil, but that wasn't gonna happen. I don't even know how I'm getting these other than just like spinning the bolts out by hand just to get them completely separated from the block. I don't know how I'm gonna. No, I have a magnet. I can physically lift them out. I'm gonna just record the entire time of me doing this. I have my ratchet in my car, but I don't want to grab it. I know I could just. Let me just make sure they're all just loosened enough to where I could just impact them out. I couldn't use the impact gun for that first step, even if I wanted to. Because, wow, those are tight on there. That's loose. That's loose. And it's also very hard to see these bolts. Oh my god. That's loose. I'm literally about to just impact these out to make the process so much quicker. Along with my disassembly, I will link in the description of the video I'm using for a 2ZZ disassembly. Like, I kind of know what I'm doing. Obviously just taking shit apart and labeling where everything goes. Sounds as simple as that, but this just takes so much time to do. I'm glad I decided to rebuild this, because if I did, I would have had a blown head gasket if I decided to install it as is. As long as they're all hand loose like this, then I could just grab the impact and go to town. Right. You ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. Plus the breaker bar. We don't use that shit here. Damn it. I hate this thing sometimes. Just go onto the socket. We use a real man's tool. I'm just kidding. Yep. 1, 2. I'm not taking the bolts out yet. No, I'm not going to. Impact was not going to break those loose, I promise you. 4. Nope. I didn't even get close to having it. 5. 6. 7. Am I on it? I am. 8. 9. 10. Even if leaving that in video, that's funny as hell. This fucking oily carpet, I keep on stepping on it. Even if these head bolts were in good condition. Oh shit, the washer needs to come with. Pardon me, I need that. Can I have it? Oh, come on, you just came through. Is the washer too large? Nope, it's not. Even if the head bolts were in good condition, which these look, or at least this one so far, looks fantastic. But knowing how much stress I had to put these through to get them out, I would rather not reuse them. Even if they were reusable, I'd rather not. I wish the magnet would come with it, because then I gotta... Nope, don't do that. So glad this is a really strong magnet, because these washers are stubborn. I'm just gonna end up using the Felpro head bolts. I don't want to spend double the money on OEM Toyota head bolts. They'll be fine. Head bolts with washers from Felpro off Rock Auto for $70. I'd rather just have that. Because I have to re-ring the engine, most likely re-ring the engine anyway. I already bought the OEM Toyota head gasket from Monkey Wrench Racing, along with rod bearings, bolts, no, rod bolts, connecting rod bolts, there it is. Connecting rod bolts. What else am I thinking of? Cam cap bolts, head gasket. Can you not do that? Thank you. This is also why this stuff like this, even though I'm doing this on the side of in the carport of a friend's house, and I'm using whatever tools I have. I know I don't have the proper setup, don't get me wrong. This is all, who the hell's gonna take a cylinder head off with the engine not mounted to anything besides gravity? I used a freaking, like, what, that 20-inch, 3 to 5 feet long pipe? No one does that. I don't want to be, what I'm yapping about is this is DIY stuff. I would never want to do this as a career. This is horrible. Imagine doing this on someone else's, oh wow, that's stuck on there, god damn it. Imagine doing this on someone else's car. I couldn't. I'd be like, yo, this car is weird, bro. You're gonna need a lot more shit. Or sell the car, because that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people are like, yo, this car is booty. Oh, that washer came out with it, nice. That makes things easier. Hey, really only 1 for 1 on the washers? It's crazy. Give me I technically could pull the head off with this last bolt in there, but no. Oh, 2 for 2 on the washers. And lastly, before I pull the head off, my hands are gonna just stay really oily no matter what. Nothing else should be connected. This should just come off. It's all 10 head bolts. Come on. Don't play dirty with me. What would keep it on? I know. Let's just, aha! That actually did it, wow. I love that pry bar. Ah. Ooh. The head gasket's on the bottom of the cylinder head. I wanted to see the head gasket. Dang it. Pistons. Oh. Alright. Let me get myself a head gasket real quick. Come on, ew. Where's the head gasket failure at? Valve train looks like it's seen better days, honestly. Head gasket, OEM. I'm trying to find the failure point, because this thing really looks like it failed a... There's coolant mixed with oil, like right here specifically. I don't know, I have no idea how easily you'll be able to see that. Not at all, actually. This... Like something must have gone wrong. I don't see any breakage anywhere. Let's see, if that's cylinder 1 and 2 right there. I mean, it looks old, but nothing where a... Doesn't really look where a head gasket would have failed. Doesn't really look like the head failed anywhere. I mean, I'm glad I'm replacing it at this rate, but like it just doesn't... I'm confused. There was a little bit of overheating signs, but nothing catastrophic. This is a multi-layered steel, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just not seeing any damage at all. I'm seeing how old it is, but no damage. I'm gonna stop the video. 2 things I'd like to note. One, I can just spin this freely. There's the crankshaft I can see in there. 2, this on down here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. The little gear that holds on the timing chain. I'm really glad it's this smooth to move, because that means it's not damaged. Well, the guy who was trying to remove his in the video that I'm gonna link, he had trouble removing his. I barely even pried it off. I probably could have used my hand to do that, honestly. And that's good. No damage for that. There's a little bit of BS on the cylinder. Not on the cylinder, on the piston, on piston 3. But nothing catastrophic, I don't think. Something I can just clean off whenever I take the piston out. Also, cylinder walls, no scoring, very smooth. I don't see anything wrong with the cylinder walls. I still need to measure them, don't get me wrong, but they seem alright. Let's see. Let's get number 1 at bottom dead center real quick. Nothing catastrophically horrible. Cylinder number 4 looks really good, at least from my eyes. Cylinders 2 and 3. The actual most damage I'm seeing is right here. That little black spot, which obviously can't clean that, but that's not, it's just completely smooth still. Oh, it just looks like it's been used. It's a used motor, and that's alright. I'm happy with this. I still have to measure the bores, but I'm happy with this. As much as I would love to take the oil pan off right now and then take the pistons out and maybe even take the rings off, I can't do any of that right now. So the most I did was just to see if there was any coolant in the oil pump, which it comes off really nicely, and thank goodness it's not broken internally at all. Or at least I could probably open up the Phillips heads. I don't know why these are Phillips heads of all things. Probably because they're flat. Oil pump looks nice, and I'm replacing that gasket now just to be safe. Oil pump is not exactly timing, it is driven by the timing, but it doesn't have to be timed. It just has to have its little sprockets lined up with the crankshaft. And then the oil pump will be pumping oil, but OEM oil pump works freaking great, I think. No coolant in it, no problem. I still have to get the lift bolts out of that. Need to clean up the block. I need to clean up the cylinder head. I need to take the pistons out and re-ring this motor still. That's all I'm doing for today. The next part of the video, it'll be the next day. Partway through the video, I have the rear main seal, which is a lot larger than I thought it would be. The 2 axle seals, updated design. Apparently these ones are black compared to the old brown ones. Connecting rod bolts, these 2 are the shorter cam cap bolts. I don't know why this one was separated, but it is. 16 of these, I believe. And then the longer ones, 4 of those. And then the OEM head gaskets. This thing is beefy. Multi-layered steel directly from Toyota. I would have gone for the Felpro one, but I was told just extra $30 wouldn't hurt. Especially for an engine rebuild, might as well. But that's everything.